North Korea has warned the United States that it's going to send more gift packages its way in response to the pressure and isolation the regime is facing. Pyongyang's envoy to the UN made that threat at an arms conference in Geneva Tuesday. But the U.S. side at the forum stood firm that North Korea's provocations won't be tolerated. Joonhee reports.
The wording was more subtle, at least by North Korean standards, but the message was clear. North Korea's ambassador to the UN, Tae-song, said his country would send more gift packages to the U.S. if Washington continues to turn up the heat on the regime. Speaking at a UN arms conference in Geneva on Tuesday, the envoy said he was proud of Pyongyang's latest nuclear test, saying it's a necessary deterrent against perceived signs of hostility from the U.S.
The recent self-defensive measures by my country, DPRK, are a gift package addressed to none other than the U.S. The U.S. will receive more gift packages from my country as long as it relies on reckless provocations and futile attempts to put pressure on the DPRK.
Han stood defiant despite the wave of condemnation and growing isolation being faced by the regime, saying pressure and sanctions would be a futile and wasted effort in deterring his country. He ruled out the possibility of any talks on North Korea's denuclearization, saying Pyongyang's nuclear deterrent is a topic that is off-limits and non-negotiable in any future dialogue. Washington's ambassador to the UN, Robert Wood, responded by saying the regime's nuclear and missile programs were a threat to the entire world. He said North Korea can no longer be allowed to continue its violation of international law and that it was time for the global community to put its foot down once and for all.
Now is the time to say to the regime that provocations, threats, and destabilizing actions will no longer be tolerated.
Following North Korea's nuclear test, the UN Security Council held an emergency meeting on Monday to formulate a response. While Washington and its allies have called for a broadening of sanctions on the regime, China and Russia are still questioning the efficacy of such measures. Joonhee, Arirang News.